What is up, ladies and gentlemen? Today I'll be going over the latest patch notes for ARK Survival Evolved. Now guys, these patch notes pretty much just dropped in the last 6-ish hours or so. And pretty much they've gone ahead and squashed a bunch of bugs and fixed a bunch of issues that the servers were having and everything. So we're going to quickly run through them for you guys today. It's just going to be a nice quick video going through them. You guys can find the official patch notes in the ARK Discord wiki. That is the best spot to find the patch notes, to be honest. They don't update them on Steam anymore for some reason. And Steam is currently trying to patch ARK at the moment. So it's taking its sweet time trying to do that. So check it out, but here we go, guys. We're going to go through it real quickly. So fixed a bug where you could get inaccurate taming effectiveness on some creatures. Fixed some exploits. Now, they don't actually list what exploits they were. I'm assuming it's going to be meshing sort of stuff, but we don't actually know. And you guys can take part of this as well through their bounty system that they offer. If you check out ARK's Twitter, they actually have it sponsored there. So they fixed some client and server crashes, some server stores. They fixed Megalodon gestation time again. So they've been having a lot of issues with that, I'm pretty sure. So now matches back up to the Megaloceros as well, which is great. Fixed some placement issues with some trophies, a lot of level design related bugs such as holes, floating foliage, incorrect volumes, and incorrect damage multipliers. So this would be for like missions and stuff like that where dinos are dealing more damage or you're getting stuck in certain places and everything. So it's good to see that they're slowly phasing out most of the bugs and stuff like that. There isn't really any sort of content updates, I would say, for this one, but a lot of the bugs have been squashed, which is good. So structures built on a hover skiff will forward damage to the skiff, which is actually pretty gnarly. So if your structures like foundations or walls or anything like that take damage, they actually transfer that damage onto the skiff as well. Fix some desync reports. They fixed a bug where Helena crafting explorer notes would not unlock when using different characters on the same account. So I'm assuming you couldn't get multiple of the explorer notes for different characters. Fix some cases on Genesis Part 1 where the Explorer notes would not unlock properly on the server. Extinction Explorer Note 21 has been moved, so it is no longer in the mesh. That's kind of a funny one. Fixed a case where wild snow owls wouldn't be able to attack. I'm pretty sure I've seen that plenty of times as well. Helena opacity settings that now affect her movement special effects. Fixed a bug where the hover skiff would not take off in Genesis Part 1 Tokyo Skiff mission. Fixed a bug where some saddle engrams were missing from their respective crafting stations. You can no longer build through mission dispatches on Genesis Part 2. So before you could actually build the tech replicators, I'm pretty sure, through the mission dispatches on Genesis Part 2. So it looks like they've possibly phased that out so that you can no longer craft stuff because they function sort of like an obelisk. So that's kind of interesting that they phased that out. Fixed some mesh exploits, which is great. Fixed a bug where you couldn't craft tech replicators on Genesis Part 1. Fixed a bug where Tech Strider transmitter inventory was being wiped on server load. That would be a big one. Fixed a bug where players could move netted creatures. Fixed some cases where the Noglin could attach in cases it shouldn't. And some cases where after a Noglin has attached, it wouldn't be in a broken state. So it sounds like they fixed the Noglin a little bit to make it less triggering during PvP. Fixed a bug on the Starwing Strike mission where your camera could get stuck using a gamepad. Noglins now reflect no-fly rules. So this is actually a really good one. So they're no longer able to go into water. I think caves as well will knock them off. So that's a good one to see as well. 6 times structure damage has been removed from vents on Genesis Part 2. That's a weird one that vents had the 6 times multiplier. I guess because they're sort of protected on all sides, you could technically like shack up and stick a couple of metal structures down and be pretty much invincible during PvP. But now they've scrapped the 6 times structure damage, so people camped up in those spots are in some pretty good positions, I would say. Fixed a case where players sometimes do not get their race creatures / canoe. Fixed a bug where some Genesis Part 2 creatures were not able to hit level 500 on official servers. That's super interesting. Level 500 on official servers is something. That's quite something. And they also fixed some shader / visual issues with SM4. I'm not too sure what SM4 is, but some shaders / visual issues is always a good thing. All right, let's come down here as well. This was another update that they brought slightly after this one, which is what I'm assuming causing our ARK to take so long to patch. So if we come back in here, significantly reduce the delay when transferring items between inventories or dropping items on the ground. A side effect of a crash and store related fix from the previous patch. I actually had suffered from this one quite a bit where it would lag out and you wouldn't be able to drop the items because it would just be super laggy. Noglins can attach to flies and use them in non-fly zones, but not underwater. So you can't take them underwater anymore, and I'm assuming before you actually could fly pteranodons underwater with a Noglin. Net immunity cooldown increased from 10 seconds to 30 seconds. Now this one kind of sucks. I mean, I don't think the net was broken, but I mean, I enjoyed being able to net stuff. So essentially before you would net something, it would take 10 seconds and then you could net it again. Now what they've done is they've increased it to 30 seconds. So you can net it, you'll have to wait the 30 seconds and then you can net it again. So very similarly, actually no, not like the bowler, because I think the bowler is actually 10 seconds after it's being bowled and broken free. So yeah, just keep an eye out now on the netting and stuff like that, because it'll obviously be more immune. As well as that, when releasing a dino from a cryopod on servers using Enable Cryopod nerf, the creature will not be able to be netted for the duration of that buff. On official PvP, this is set to 10 seconds. So if someone's throwing out a creature from their cryopod, they're immune to being netted for 10 seconds. So it sounds like the net gun did get a little bit of a hit this time around. I don't think it's necessarily a bad thing, especially for this PvP one. Because before you could actually throw your cryopoded creatures out, someone could just straight up net them as soon as they're thrown out. But yeah, they are the latest patch notes. So it's good to see that they're starting to fix a lot of the bugs and stuff like that. I'm still hoping that they fix a bunch of, not fix, but optimize Genesis Part 2. Because I know it takes a massive amount of just your computer power to run it. And like Ark in general takes a lot of computer power to run stuff, but like Genesis 2, whew, that is one big powerful boy. So guys, that's going to wrap the video up for today. Hopefully you guys found this useful. Hopefully you guys are aware of the patch notes now. But other than that, guys, thanks very much for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.